On tonight's podcast, we hit rewind on one of our games, Cousins vs Bros, and how much we love the new Shadow Shinies. Welcome back to the episode of this podcast that somehow has to follow Trainer Tips being on the show. How are you guys doing?
Tall order, isn't it? It was a banger last week.
It's not going to happen.
How do you follow that?
A longer intro, that's how you follow that.
Or we just get bang, straight in, no fucking around, we're into the show.
No lube, straight in.
Rough entry. Lubed up, it works, I guess.
Lubed up, yeah. Yeah, in fact, the other week, Load Up referenced Lubed Up in their show.
Did they?
Did they? Oh, Jesus.
You shouldn't be saying did they, you should be like, yeah, we know, because we listen.
Oh, yeah. I messaged you in the group.
It's rhetorical. Rhetorical question. Koosy boy, how are you?
I'm good, bro. I'm just, I was a bit taken back, you know? You lot are saying I'm not as good as Trainer Tips. Like, what's going on? What's happening?
You're here every week, almost every week.
Yeah, true.
Almost.
True.
Almost.
It's like a 95% track record.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, God,
is that
him?
Ooh.
He's on the soundboard.
That was the first thing Ian did, didn't he? He was like, right, I've got to make him into a soundbite.
No, the first thing I did was the jingle that you might hear later on.
Ooh.
Oh, this is like very exciting. It's now more exciting, this episode is. I see what we've done there.
Ian, the question is, though, how loud are you going to put this jingle on the edit?
This one's edited properly because it fits in the flow of the show.
The flow of the show.
Did you see I introduced a new PvP game and he put the jingle so loud it literally hurt my eardrums? He did that on purpose so people are like, I don't want that game again.
He's a bastard.
Yeah.
Can't have that PvP game. No chance. But
Approved.
I think 75th time is a charm. We're 3/4 of the way, boys, to a triple-digit episode. But you better drop your incense, ladies and gentlemen.
Pop an incense inside me.
Make sure to shout out on our socials if you pull in something awesome while listening to this episode. @Incensed Podcast is the handle on either Twitter, Instagram, email, carrier pigeon, or brick through a window. We don't care. Of course, using hashtag Shinies of the Week.
Hurry up with the soundboard, you twat.
Clarify the spelling.
You twat. SHINIESOFTHEWEEK is what we want to see written
It's
down.
my favourite
It
segment.
is his favourite segment, to be fair. It's all of our favourite segments. That's why it's stuck around. But let's dive into getting to know you.
Fucking just tell me about you, mate. Just what's going on?
So harmonious. I was listening to an episode a couple of weeks ago, and it was Coops' question about what would you do out of these activities. And I thought, okay, we'll flip that on its head and go, what is something/activity you would never do, no matter how much someone would pay you to do it or how well they could try to convince you? What is something you would never vouch to do? So, Coops, I'll throw it to you first.
Do you know what, Milo? I really like this question. I really,
Thanks, man.
really. No, I see what you did on the spin-off mine. So I feel like I might have mentioned this before. There was one thing that popped straight into my mind, and I feel like you've got to go with that answer, right, lads? You know, you can't be, beating around the bush, doing what I normally do when I answer. No. only down under, not here. But
Did they have clothes on?
yes, they do. Which is really weird, right? Because I spoke a few weeks ago about me doing a skydive and how incredible it was and like advertising that to people. If you get the opportunity, do it.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a little bit contradicting, but I do feel like it's completely different. So one thing that I would never do, even if you literally said to me, here's £1 million, like go do this right now. Bro, I could never, ever, ever, ever bungee jump. Ever.
Interesting.
Like, ever. Yeah, and I know, like, people are going to be like, so how can you jump out of a plane at 16,000 feet but can't jump off a bridge for, like, 50 metres? Like, I'm telling you, bro, you want to tie a bit of rope to my ankle and then let me jump off? Nah, fuck no. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't know why I feel safer with... Maybe it's because I've got someone with me. Maybe I could bungee jump with someone like attached to me. Like I said, because skydiving, technically you're with someone and they do all of the parachute stuff. So you're kind of just enjoying it for it what it is. But yeah, no, if that rope snaps, nah. That,
Don't
you could not
fancy
pay me enough
face
money.
palming some water
No.
or a canyon.
Yeah, but this is the problem. Yeah, some of them, they're not even water. I do the water one over, but some of them are just into rocks, bruv. What if the rope just snapped? Nah, not for me. Not for me.
Fair dues.
Have you lot ever done a bungee jump? I know Ian has.
No.
No, I've not.
Never.
It's something that's I would love to. I never have.
Okay.
Marky boy.
I like the fact that you're more concerned about a bit of string potentially snapping than a parachute failing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at least you have a reserve parachute, though. You don't have a reserve
Yeah.
bungee rope, whatever it is.
I do agree with you though, Coops. I don't like the idea of bungeeing to rock. That seems kind of...
It's a different sensation, isn't it, bro? Like, I don't know why.
It's
It's
more
so
you'd be like,
weird,
well, if it does fail, what's the worst that's going to happen? Well,
just hit a killer whale on the way down.
Where are you bungee jumping?
like hit a whale lord or something. Fucking imagine that.
Oh.
Next week when we're off the Space Needle.
Yeah.
There was a few things like, and I haven't really got a sensible answer for this, but there's a few things that, I've been to Selhurst Park, so I can't put that. I have broken my sort of fear there. Joking aside, one thing I would never do is go to Croydon. I've never been to Croydon.
Damn, you stole my answer.
Is that what you were going to say as well? Is that what you... Oh, my God.
I've watched a few people do vlogs on Croydon. Everything about it petrifies me.
You lot are savages, man. I swear to God.
This
you lot
wasn't
are moving
orchestrated
nuts.
either.
Savages.
Liars.
No, I'm only messing, Coops. When you play the game again, I'll be there doing a Croydon com day with you, mate. Don't you worry about that.
No, you're lucky because it would never happen. So you're lucky.
But no, I like to think I'd try and do most things that had an element of fear to them. I am quite fearless when it comes to things like that. But one thing I could never do, knowingly put in a situation where I'm with something that could fucking strike out and fucking poison me. That sort of, you watch those things, you don't mind watching on like, I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. We go there, I've got a few spiders around me, a few bugs. That stuff's a bit creepy, but I could get through it. But put me in a room with like a fucking boa, or something that could fucking go for you and just...
Yeah, something venomous or whatever.
Something venomous. And okay, a lot of things, with you can recover from these things. But I watch these YouTube blogs of people like going, yeah, I got bit by a boa 7 times. And look at me, I'm like, no, mate, no fucking chance. I would never want to be put in that situation where even if it was like done non-intentionally, I don't like that.
Mark, can I ask you a question though?
Go on.
Obviously, I know you're talking about boa constrictors and that, but would you be put in let's say maybe a bedroom with Ian's little garden snake? Would that be okay?
Slow worm.
Yeah.
I said something that was poisonous, Coops. Ian's little grass snake's pleasant. But no, I don't like that idea of being put in a close proximity of something that could do that. Yeah, and then go to Croydon, still number 2, Coops. Yeah, cool. Sorry, that's an awful answer.
So we've had bungee jumping, we've had Croydon. Ian?
Well, we've actually had bungee jumping, Croydon, and snakes. And
Yeah, venom, I guess. Venomous stuff.
Croydon, yeah, I can't use that one. Mark's already used it, but yes, high on the list.
I thought you were going to go South London. That's what I thought you were going to say now.
I've got no issue with London in general.
Nice to know.
Well, when I first read the question and Milo says, what is something you would never do? Well, immediately I thought murder somebody.
Try and have a degree of common sense with it.
Something that I would never do.
Suck a willy? I don't know.
Never say never,
Yeah, I'm the same. Good attitude to have, bro. Good attitude to have.
I'm not that way inclined, but you never know one day.
I love the fact you said never say never. Oh, I love you, Ian. See Milo's face perk up there, Mark.
Hey, in just a few days, he'll be just a room away.
I say we've already been there and done that, Ian. So
That's a whiskey-infused evening for you, isn't it? Can't remember, still blacked out.
Yeah.
So it's something I would never, ever, ever do. Okay, I can't say what Mark said because he'd actually come up with 2 really good ones. You know what? I would never ballet dance. I've nothing against dancing, but I would never, ever ballet dance.
Is this the personal attack on me tonight? What's going
what else
on?
has Coops
Give me
done?
ballroom, give me modern, give me any sort of like dancing, but ballet is just something I could never do. I don't actually have the posture. I couldn't stand on my tippy toes for the whole dance. I couldn't do the pliés and all the other bits. And yeah, that is something I would never ever do because I couldn't.
Never doubt yourself.
But he might suck a willy. Never done it before.
Lovely.
Don't try it.
Insight into Ian's way
As
of
somebody
thinking.
once said to me, don't knock it till you've tried it.
As if you slagged off Croydon and ballet dancing. Okay, anyway, moving on.
Oh, Coops.
In it, yeah.
Jeez.
Milo, what about you, man?
Yeah.
This is where it's interesting, because obviously I wrote the question, I had an idea of what I'm going to say, and then Coops comes out of the blocks with exactly the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Genuinely, I would never ever bungee jump. I was actually quite surprised. You were saying, like, you skydives and stuff, and I was like, I can see why you would say no to bungee jumping over skydiving, but it still took me back. It's like, no way has he picked the same fucking thing as me.
So what are you going to do next week when there's a bungee jump off the Space Needle?
I'll film you.
Not do it.
I'll be your videographer, mate. Skydiving and stuff, like, yeah, you're really high up. If you're doing a tandem, you've got an instructor with you who's doing all the technicalities of actually pulling the parachute. And also, you're not going at speed towards the ground at like a short distance, whereas a bungee jump, you're sort of slingshotting down. You're only hoping that rope does its job, but it's also a health concern. I've been recommended by my optician. It's like, don't bungee jump, because being short-sighted, sort of fairly feeble retina, so it's like, it's actually a health hazard for me.
Isn't that so bizarre? In opticians, out of everything they could say, they go, before you leave, do me a favour.
Don't bungee
Don't
jump.
ever bungee jump.
Don't bungee jump.
Guys, I've got a little suggestion then.
What?
Why don't the four of us do a bungee jump into a snake pit in Croydon?
Because my optician said no.
And then suck a dick? No,
That's cool, Willie.
You do it on the way down, you just like have it.
You have to line up with the bungee jump.
Oh, like the
See if your target's okay.
Oh, no.
Oh, but Milo, that's interesting. Like Coop says, like it's like of all the things an optician
Ian.
could say to you, isn't it? He said, they didn't don't pick a venomous snake up and hold it over your eyeball. No, they went
Because it
down.
might strike at you.
Yeah, don't bungee jump.
That's not a well-known sort of, I guess, outdoor pursuit, is being bitten by venomous animals.
I have heard that it can be hazardous to your health, though.
Don't look at a willy too close. Is that what
Yeah. Don't get dick
That's
sucked
true.
too
If you
hard.
suck too hard, your eyes might pop out.
Yeah, then I suppose it don't matter anyway, does it?
You don't need to see it, do you?
feel of that?
Well, it was, I guess, a good couple of answers. As usual, we divulge into dick sucking and sex jokes and all that sort of stuff.
Welcome back to Incensed.
Incensed. We've been on the air for 75 weeks.
Do you know what I love the most? I love the most. We might have had maybe a few new listeners from Nick's episode, and they're going to tune
we've
into
lost
this
them all
one.
now.
But yeah, we've literally
This is
the
it.
50 the 50 that we've gained. They're all gone. So guys, thanks for tuning in.
Next episode was a gentle break-in. Now we're just back to normal.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
We were quite restrained last week, actually. It was a good episode.
That was good. I think actually you could let us know on socials if you sort of agree or disagree with what we would never do in our lives. And in concerning things we're never going to do again, we're never ever going to do this game again that we're going to do, because Ian, it's over to you for Name That Pokémon.
We're talking about leveling things up, you know. We leveled up last week with Nick, training tips, great episode. We've actually leveled up, Name That Pokemon. We're doing something
Mega
that we're
evolved.
probably never, ever going to do again. So
Okay.
we're going to play Name That Pokemon in a completely different way. I'm going to play you the name of a Pokemon backwards, and then you have to tell me what that Pokemon's name is. If you can't guess it immediately, there will be clues along the way.
Is it in English? In English?
It's in English, but it's backwards.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God for that.
It could be Russian then.
I was expecting,
technically.
I was expecting us. This is Japanese in reverse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Wait,
English in
bro,
reverse.
there's no rules. We just shout out. That's it.
We'll
Simple
get
as
a
that.
guess doing
Yeah, same rules as normal. Shout out if you know it,
Okay.
but I'm pretty sure you won't unless you're good at speaking backwards.
Yep.
Okay, so the first Pokemon. Are we ready? I don't know how loud these are, so you might need to listen.
Sorry, what the fuck was that?
What is this?
Okay, you play it twice, I'll play it again.
Right.
No, you don't know that, Mark. Mark, you do not know that, Mark. Do not.
You're getting really concerned then. You was like, I've worked out the last letter, mate. That's all I fucking worked out.
I want to know what Mark thinks it is. Like,
Go on.
Play one more time, Ian. Sorry, mate.
Yep.
Nido Queen.
If that's right, I will chop
It
my
starts
balls
with
off.
N and it ends with an M. So that's where I was.
Okay, Nidoran then. Nidoran.
can I have a soundbite again?
You can.
Snubble? I don't know.
Okay, so let's give you a clue. This is a dark/dragon type Pokemon.
Do you know what, mate? That's really helped. I really appreciate that.
Because there's only like 3 things it could be, basically.
Giratina.
That's a ghost. Sorry.
Fucking hell, Milo.
Is it Hydreigon?
It is. So I'm going to play it backwards and I'll play it forwards for you. So forward it is...
Hydrogen.
Oh, we pronounced it weirdly.
I pronounced that correctly.
Okay, you didn't pronounce it in the way.
Oh, was that you, Ian? That you've recorded
me.
yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, wicked, cool.
Yeah. Okay,
Do
so...
you know, I think that's a practical because I agree with Milo. It's Hydreigon.
Hydreigon.
Yeah.
That's what I've always
Well,
known
I
it
thought
as.
it
I've
began
always
with an
got a
N and
Hydreigon.
ended with an N, and the middle bit didn't impact how it was spelt. So,
Mate, I thought it was Snubble to start with, though.
and Milo, you got the point. So,
Yes.
Oh, woo.
next round.
So, okay, so Pokemon number 2.
It sounds like Welsh.
Anything
Sorry.
backwards sounds Welsh.
Sorry.
Wales people.
Gaelic, I guess, is the language.
One more time.
One more time.
Archon? No, you don't even play the soundbite. I know it's wrong. Don't even play it.
Starly.
I don't know, Staraptor.
Okay, so your next clue, other than the soundbite. Sorry, Coops, it's not going to help you. This is a water type Pokemon.
Magic.
Oh, really? That doesn't help.
Yeah, it does. It's Squirtle. Wartortle. Blastoise. Feraligatr.
Fucking hell, he's going to go for the
Totodile.
stars.
Magikarp.
Swampert.
Gyarados. Suicune.
Magikarp.
We've already had that, but I'll say it again. Magikarp. Wooper.
Do you want another clue?
Yes.
I'm trying to think of water Pokemon that they're fucking...
It's from the Hoenn region.
Mudkip.
Kyogre.
Feraligatr.
Oh, one at a time.
Kyogre.
Kyogre. Yes, got it right.
Kyogre.
Oh, yeah.
Ah.
Kyogre.
Okay, so...
Yeah, you can hear the G in the middle of it. That's interesting.
Oh, yeah, you could, Milo. Yeah, good point. Yeah,
Milo
yeah.
is on 2 points. Coops, yet to score. Mark, yet to score. Pokemon number 3.
Meowth.
I think I've got a good guess. Meowth. No, I'm joking.
In case Ian misheard.
I'm joking. No, what's it again, bro? Let me hear it again.
It sounds like Hisuian.
That's what I was thinking, Milo. Hisuian.
Bro, I've got apps.
I thought you was actually going to get it, Coops, a second ago, and that's a clue, but...
Magikarp.
Squirtle. Oh, Marky boy, we're on the same page.
Okay, so I'll give you a clue. This is a psychic type Pokemon.
Oh, Mewtwo.
Hey.
Coops is on the board.
He's got a point.
So, backwards.
He's got a point.
And forward.
Mewtwo.
That sounds so
Mewtwo.
wag. Do you have enough backwards Pokemon?
I've got 2 left, so we could be
okay.
struggling if Mark gets this and Coops gets the next one, we're kind of screwed. Pokemon number 4.
Sableye. Fuck.
Can I have it one more time, bro?
You
Give it
certainly
a few
can.
more times, Coops.
One more time.
And again?
I quite like this game. It's almost...
I think I've got it. Shall I just end the game, or should we hear
Seriously, how do you think you've got it?
I think Milo might know.
It's
think
just
he
clicked
might
in my
know.
head. I want to let you guys go first.
Is it themed, Milo? Is that why?
I'm not saying anything.
To be fair, if Milo's thinking what I know he's thinking, if he gives you any clue, you might get it.
Bulbasaur.
Oh, it
You hear
makes
the
sense
saw.
now, yeah,
The saw is the start.
Bulbasaur.
Yeah, you hear it now.
So
It's
it's
the
2-2.
blur.
It's
the
2-2.
This is for the win, potentially.
You should have just ended it then, though, Milo. But fine.
Sorry. I'm kind of
Okay.
intrigued to hear this last one.
So the final one we've got backwards is...
Shiftry.
Luxray.
Chespin.
Oh, for God's
No
sake.
fucking way.
No way. No way.
the
No
dub for
fucking
Milo.
way.
Yep.
Chespin.
Because I didn't hear the P, I heard the ch. No. I'm actually surprised. Holy fuck.
Well, congratulations.
I don't know how you would. I didn't even give you a clue on that one.
No, I don't know. It just clicked in my head. Actually, let us know if you enjoyed this weird backwards version of Name That
Pokemon. I'm telling you, no one did. Not one listener enjoyed that. Not one. Not one.
They'll hear the shortened version, trust me on that.
Did
It took
anybody
an
enjoy
eternity.
it?
Oh, the Miracle Studio audience loved it.
The audience loved it.
Listen. You know me, mate. I'm all about being different. So all jokes aside, gents, let's give Ian a round of applause. That was fun.
Yes, let's actually do it. That was a quality revamp.
We had to do something different once. So it's episode 75.
You're amazing, Daddy. We love you.
Don't call me
Daddy
Daddy.
Daddy Waterfall.
Oh,
Ian's like,
Daddy
"You got-"
Waterfall.
Oh, Ian's like, I'm going to fucking chin you in a minute.
I'll put you over my knee.
Yeah.
Daddy Waterfall.
Cute.
Just say Chespin backwards.
Milo even did. Oh my god, he's doing the accent and everything. What's going on?
Let's move on swiftly, shall we? Oh dear. I had written in the show notes saying apologies to everyone who had to endure that shit show, but I don't think that's justified anymore.
I think it was
So-
funny.
I think it was quite entertaining, Ian, genuinely. Thank you very much for that.
And me.
Coops, I choose you.
There was Pokemon involved in that game. Shall we dive into a small Pokemon Go chat about the Battle Weekend that has recently been and gone last weekend? Team Rocket minor shake-up, Shadow Latios, Giovanni, and a bit of GBL goodness. Did you guys play? Did you have a go at the new Shadows? Get your Shadow Latios? Marky Boy, do you want to kickstart?
Well, as I've been in my house for the last week and haven't been able to go out, I'd love to say I've been attacking Rocket Blooms and Shadows and Latios and all that jazz. But no, I've done none of that. I wasn't even able to complete the anniversary special research because I couldn't reach a gym that wasn't blue for where I was staying, so I couldn't battle a gym.
Damn.
I don't think I missed too much on that by not doing that.
You didn't miss a lot.
Bloody hell. Where's the inclusivity,
I've
Niantic?
watched your vlogs, and I've got to say, it's probably be less painful spreading it out over a few days as trying to do it all over a weekend. Because as Nick said, and that's if we've still got the people that are now listening to our podcast off the back of listening to Nick's episode last week. If you're still listening to it,
They've gone.
That game finished them off.
Save your
They've
Super
gone,
Rocket
they've gone.
radars for something better, and don't necessarily take this one. But no, joke aside, one thing I did do was I actually, and I didn't post it on social media because I think everyone would have probably gone, what the hell? But Coops would have probably had a little glisten in his eye and smiled at me.
That wasn't a glisten.
That wasn't a glisten. But I did get the message. I've completed all my sets of battles on one of the days over the weekend.
Oh my god.
No way. You
So-
got the little pop-up.
I got the little pop-up, so I must have done 20, however many,
It's 20 sets.
20 sets.
That's 100 battles.
So what
you
you're basically
smashed.
saying, Mark, is you need to get COVID to do 20 sets in GBL
Yeah.
because you're delirious.
But what I would say is, and I was quite happy with it, I've got to rank 20. I started at
Well
rank
done.
3. I've done better than I did last season, which shows obviously finding a team which is actually pretty good kind of works quite well-ish for now.
What team are you using, bro? What one are you using?
Oh, do you want to know what I'm using, Coops? So I'm using...
Yeah.
Hang on.
Trevor-
Oh, hang on.
I was
Hang
going
on.
to say, Ian's on the same
Hang on,
wavelength.
hang on.
Let's have a jingle first.
Ooh.
We're in the dungeon with Marky Boy.
We're in the dungeon.
So my team at the moment, Coops, which covers a lot of things, but I'll just tell you what, I lead with Trevenant at the moment.
Ooh, okay.
I've got
Seed
an
Bomb
A.
and Shadow Ball, I hope.
Yes, I've got an AAB team, if that makes it.
Meta.
I've got Galarian Stunfisk
God, Mark.
as my middle,
Ooh.
and I've got as my closer Registeel with Focus Blast.
Legend
and Zap
Steel in the
Cannon.
back.
God, that's very meta,
Yes,
Mark. I'm
that
very
is a
proud of
heavy
you.
meta team, mate.
Yeah, that is very meta.
Apart from sometimes Umbreon can cause me a few problems, and with fire ones, obviously, it gives me a bit of problem. But if they do lead with a fire, Galarian Stunfisk does take some of that. Yeah, I'm quite proud of myself, Coops. Quite proud of myself.
I like that. So with the two
Impressed.
steel types, what you do is you bait out the Azu or the Swampert
Yes.
if they're not
Yes.
leading with it or whatever, or the
Even
Politoed, you
Bastion
bait
as
them
well,
out. And then by the time theirs has died, you've taken it down with Trev. You then switch into the Reggie, and all they've got is I don't know,
whatever.
Zapdos. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
I'm hearing things.
Registeel's brilliant because I've never had so many people, once they've realised that they can't counter it, even though it takes so long to charge it up, once you let off a Focus Blast or a Zap Cannon.
Zap Cannon destroys.
Fucking destroys.
Yeah.
And it's been crazy. Like, some of the battles have been so phenomenal where do get to the point where you win it from the jaws of you're meant to lose that battle and somehow you win it. And there's been so many, but don't get me wrong, I've lost a few as well, but when you get that little bit of energy left and you win by the smallest amount of energy by that last change, you're just like, oh my God, this is
good feeling.
amazing. It's a good feeling.
Very good feeling. Yeah.
I will always say that, Mark, and I would say that to anyone. Even when things look hella rough, never, ever, 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 ever quit a match of GBL unless you're down to your last 2 Pokemon and it's a hard counter like Skarmory against the Venusaur. Unless it's that, then quit. But in general, like you said, never, ever, ever quit, because so many matches I've lost right at the end because I've fucked up, and so many matches I've won right at the end because they fucked up or I've just outplayed them. So yeah, never, ever, ever quit a match, ever. Ever.
Trevenant, I'm enjoying it actually. It's quite a nice Pokemon, like you say. You can get hard counted in any battle, but
yeah, of course.
If you've got a couple that complement each other and can sort of take on most types, most types is better than not many types, is it? You cover as many bases
want the coverage,
as you can.
Yeah.
So speaking of GBL, so I apologise, boys. I don't even know what you're on about the weekend. I didn't even know that was happening. But
we did read out on the news, I think.
Sorry. Sorry. Typical me. But I actually today I did hit veteran today, so I'm 2,550.
Congrats!
So, thank you. 250 battles in. I hit veteran today, and speaking of Zapdos, boys, I'd be pleased to know when I was doing my sets yesterday, I got invited to a random raid, and I thought, oh, do you know what? Fine, I'll do it. It was in Dubai, one of my friends in Dubai.
So you got a shiny, didn't you?
No, I caught 100% Zapdos.
Of course he fucking did.
Oh, he did!
Being casual is the way to go, clearly.
It popped up on the screen, and I saw 203, and I thought, I recognise that. My brain ticked from 2019, and I went, I recognise that number. I went, why do I recognise that? And I caught it with like 4 balls to go, and I was like, wow, that is a hundo from probably like the 3rd raid I've done in the last 6 months.
Flex it up.
But I'm no sorry. I can't comment on that weekend. So, Ian, how was your Go Battle weekend?
Ian.
Firstly, hang on. Let's just leave the dungeon.
Shut the door on the dungeon.
Yeah, shut the door on the dungeon. That means Milo can't
we
talk about
done?
it either because we're done with PvP.
Okay.
The Battle Weekend, it was actually a lot of fun because it literally was celebrating everything battling Pokemon Go. So there was Raid, you got the extra free Raid Pass, which was great. There was the PvP aspect. Enough said about that. We'll move on. And then there was... I know some people like PvP.
Right. No one does do that.
But yeah, I mean, it was a good weekend. Of course, we had the Team Go Rocket research for the Shadow Latios. I managed to do it all in one day, as quite a lot of people did, and ended up with a shit Latios. But it was actually quite good. It was nice, easy research. It wasn't taxing
this
at all.
Weekend. Sorry, I'm with it. Sorry.
I did quite like the fact that it was sort of you could pick your own path with the research, so you could actually focus on grunts and raids, or you could do the PvP line as well, which was really good. It was a nice event. It was a fun event, and I actually participated. I didn't do any PvP. Milo
Did the research though.
I did the research.
I got a hundo Shadow Latios.
No, me Shadow Legendaries for me are just generally shit all the time. So mine was equally crap in terms of Latios, but I have to agree, I enjoyed the fact that it was a branched research. It wasn't, we've had like Go Battle days or weekends where you get the boosted sets and Rocket events separated. I quite like the fact that it was all together. Nobody was sort of left out. If you don't like GBL, or if you just want to focus on Rocket Grunts or whatever, everything was there. Yeah, it was quite a nice format. I would have done what Mark did on one of the days and done the battle sets if I wasn't up a mountain in Wales on the Saturday with no phone service. I will say, in terms of a Rocket shake-up, this was disappointing to me. As far as I can tell, the only new shadows that I've seen are the ones that were listed on the article: Shadow Shinx, Shadow Geodude, and then Shadow Purloin.
I didn't see a Geodude.
They're coming from ground type grunts, quite rare. Shinx is hysterically rare as a shadow from the electric type grunt.
I did see a couple of Shinx. Yeah, I did see a couple.
Oh, really?
Shinx. Yeah.
I saw one like all weekend, and I was like, okay, fine. And Purloin, apparently Leopard is okay. Like Shadow Leopard's okay in Great League.
No, whoever's told you that's lying to you.
Somebody, they could be lying.
I know. Yeah, I've never ever. I've done 10,000 battles. I've never seen one Leopard. Never.
The Shadow variant though.
The
Shadow boost. Okay. That's the thing. Yeah, obviously, normally it's crap. Yes.
Yeah.
And it's tit for tat. Don't listen to me anything on PvP. But, boys, the new Shadow Shinies are the Gen 1 starters. We know we all love Kanto. We love a bit of Kanto. Can't get enough of Kanto. What do we think in terms of... They're all new Shadow Shinies. What do we think about it? Because we're now lumped with them for the best part of 3 months.
I think it's nice to have them. I think something quite magical about the Kanto starters. If you go on Twitter, on day one, it felt like everybody was getting them.
Except you.
I certainly wasn't.
And then I saw like Andrew Furby, one of our Patreon sort of members, Furby Andrew, I should say. He's got 2 of the 3 on day one. So he did very, very well whilst on holiday. So that's pretty impressive. However, it was good to see certain people do vlogs and hit it hard and not get any and just bring it back to it. It is 1 in 64, I think, or 1 in 65. But anyway, by the by, they're great shadows to have in the game. I will be doing those leader battles. I will keep getting the pieces, doing the Team Go Rocket leader ones, because there's something about them. They're nice. They're just nice to have in the game. I just want to get a shiny Venusaur.
Shadow shiny Venusaur.
That would be sick, actually. Yeah.
Lovely, and it would be sick as well. It looks really nice. I like that yellow with the purple on it. It looks good.
Yeah.
And one good thing about the Battle Weekend is, of course, if you could TM Frustration away, and you could get the Community Day special move on them as well, so you could have actually had a Frenzy Plant Shadow Venusaur.
Yes. Coops, you could evolve to Frenzy Plant on every grass starter.
I know. I like I said, I don't actually think I switched the game on over the weekend. I had a busy one. Actually, that's not true. I did switch it on because I wanted to see what Dublin was like, because I was away, wasn't I? I wanted to see what Dublin was like for Pokemon Go. It was quite good. But then the missus turned to me and said, "Get that off your fucking phone right now."
and drink this pint of Guinness.
Yeah. No, jokes aside, I agree with you. And we've definitely spoke about this maybe 20, 30 episodes ago. They need to make this TMing frustration thing a little bit more common. Not every month, but just once in a while to make it
quite common at the moment, though, isn't it? They seem to have done it quite a lot in the last year, in my opinion. I think 3 or 4 times.
Sort of, I remember we were talking about it last year and saying, like, literally it was 2 times a year.
Yeah.
2021, that was it. It was like...
It's definitely doubled already, and we're only halfway through the year.
It's almost like every quarter or so, isn't it? 1 event per quarter, which is quite nice. Proud of me, PvPers. Got my Great League and Ultra League Shadow Swamperts evolved with Hydro Cannon.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and TM'd Frustration away first, obviously, and didn't fuck that up.
Oh, you being serious?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were being sarcastic. Okay, no, that's actually sick. That's sick.
No, I'm deadly serious. I think I've got like a rank 30 for Ultra League or something like that. So decent stats, but I'm with Mark. I want to chase a little bit of the Shadow Shiny Venusaur. I think that looks nice. Most people will be going for the Charizard. We know that.
Why?
Why? Yeah. You can't get a Shadow Shiny Mega.
I didn't. To be fair, I didn't. As I said earlier, I didn't get any shiny shadows at the weekend, but I did get 93% Shadow Charmander, so that is now a Charizard.
Yeah,
nice, man. Nice.
Boys, look at us talking about Pokemon Go. We never do this.
It's not what this show's about.
And you made, if you heard us from Nick's episode and you're still this far in, so we do talk about Pokemon Go. We do.
Infrequently, when we've got no other content.
Nice.
Nice.
But I think that's a lovely note to wrap up Battle Weekend /GBL discussion, boys. Thank you very much. And now, Mark, apologies. We're not going to be able to hear Reversal's jingle because we've got no news. Unfortunately, we're in that dead space. What?
There's always an APK mine.
It is. It's the news.
Yes!
Hey! I told you Mark would be triggered. No more reversal.
For this week.
Oh, I love Trainer Tips. He's such a nice guy.
Yeah, I was going to say, but Mark, can we still get you saying, "Oh, I love Nick. What a lovely guy."
Right,
let's do it again. Most starters are ready. Right, get ready for the jingle. Ready and action.
It is. It's the news.
I've got to say, I don't dislike Nick. I don't dislike Nick at all. He's no reversal, but he's a good lad, is our Nick. No, that's a great jingle, Ian. Very nice, very good.
But guys, before we actually get into the news, I've got some other good news.
What?
We actually have both jingles. So it's going to be Russian roulette which one we get moving forwards.
We can pick and choose.
Put them on top of each other.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Like a 69.
Nick and
Do you know
Gio.
what it is. Yeah. No, put the jingles on top of each
okay.
other. Yeah, no.
Get it horribly out of sync.
No. Yeah.
In sync?
They could harmonise like, it is, it's the news. Yeah.
Reversal and Nick, next time we'll have you together.
Oh, my rating's gone up.
Your rating? Is he GBLing right now?
Are you battling during the podcast?
I just did a 3-2 on GBL and I went to...
Ooh.
What
Shut
is this?
the
The
door on the
Whale Lords?
So what's actually in this APK mine then?
Well, Milo, that's a very good question. And from looking at it, there's quite a lot of good stuff in here. As we know, it doesn't mean it's going to come into the game. So the highlights in this APK drop of information we've had, Giratina's signature move has been added to...
Nice.
There's going to be 4 new search filters.
Nice.
Hisui, attack, defense, HPIVs. Interesting. There's going to be a daily adventure incense, as previously reported.
Ooh. A new incense?
Nice.
Making us relevant again. Assets the GUI added. There's going to be more route updates, this time involving route stamps.
So that might be coming. They've been talking about this for a long time, haven't they? The route
Years.
planner.
Notification settings have been moved to its own section in settings. There's also going to be some raid display adjustments, and these will allow tier display overrides. And join raid button has been renamed to in-person join button. Getting ready for the inevitable remote raid nerf. Gen 8A Hisui added to the Pokedex. And there's a Pokecoin sprite has been added to the quest reward items. That's interesting. Might get Pokecoins. Telemetry to download all assets. The feature seems to be complete and will appear in advanced settings. There's also going to be a new marketing system with specific events. If I'm looking at it, it says Unity and other minor updates. But yeah, the new assets look quite interesting. So for anyone who's wondering what they actually look like, the daily adventure incense looks like it's a blue colour.
Woo.
It looks like a Hisui and incense, doesn't it?
Hisui and incense, yes. The Sui icon looks like a what does it look like?
Looks like a microwave, doesn't it?
That's it, yeah.
I know it says there that Giratina's signature move has been added, but just a word to the wise is that
is it shit?
No. Do we remember ages ago Darkrai's exclusive move was data mined years and years ago, Dark Void, and it still hasn't arrived in the game. We've had Darkrai back with Sludge Wave or Sludge Bomb or whatever it was.
It got Leaf Blade, didn't it? Or something
Sludge
random.
Bomb, Sludge Bomb move, and then it's been back now for the Go Fest raids with no special move. So they've added Giratina's signature move. We might all be dead before it arrives to Pokemon Go.
But though, I know the statistics aren't in the game, but is that supposed to be like a sick move? Is that...
Yeah,
right?
It should give it a big boost.
Shadow Force, isn't it?
Shadow Force, I'd assume. I don't know main series.
Charged attack or fake? No, you don't know.
No idea, mate.
I'm guessing charged attack, right?
Not a clue.
Yeah,
Not a clue.
Fine. Good job of covering it then.
Yeah.
Digging into the daily adventure incense, if you can scroll a bit further down on the article that we're looking at, it seems that it's more of a stats-based thing rather than actually getting you new spawns. It says here it looks like it'll show you Mons caught and distance walked, so it'll be interesting to see what it actually is when it's released in game, because this doesn't indicate that it's going to be giving you extra spawns. It just seems to be more of a stat capture feature.
If it's just a stat tracker when you put an incense on. Okay. You are wearing blue, incidentally, but unfortunately that is literally it. I'm glad you guys picked up on the APK mine, because genuinely July has got this weird dead space. We had an event early on, then we've got Starly Community Day today as you're listening to this, Go Fest Seattle, and then an event right at the end of the month. So we are in the dead zone of Pokemon Go, I guess, at this time. So I thought something we could do that's maybe a tad unusual. We've obviously had Counter Brothers, myself and Ian. We've had Counter Cousins, Mark and Coops, or what are their side names? Billy, Bob, and
Cletus.
something. Cletus Coops or whatever it is.
Yeah, was it Cletus?
Clitoris Coops.
Clitoris.
What we're going to do in this episode to try and bulk it out a little bit is we're going to pitch a Counter Bros versus Counter Cousins raid guide competition. To kick us off, it will be Clitoris Coops.
Okay, stop. We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Sorry.
We're not doing that. And just before we actually play the jingle, you know, like the 3 Nick listeners, they've now gone. They've officially gone.
Yeah, they've really gone now.
Yeah.
But it will be over to the rural trainer and the casual Hundo Zapdos catcher. It's time for the Counter Cousins.
So, Coopsy, how we doing, buddy? You all right, mate?
We're doing good, mate. And this is actually quite an exciting Counter Cousins because not only is it incestual, we are going to be talking about the Heat Pokemon Moltres.
Yes.
So Moltres is half air and half burn, and it's going.
Tell him, Coops. What's it weak to? It's weak to droplets.
It's weak to pebbles, and it's actually double weak to pebbles, and it's also just single weak to water and sparks. So to bubbles and sparks, no, to water and electric. And look, you guys know that, you know, I'm not going to cover the megas because if you know, one of the cousins here is a mega connoisseur. So it would be wrong for me to start off with the megas. So, Mark, we're going to start off with you, and you're obviously going to talk us through the megas.
Yes. So one mega that you're going to want to have there by your side is the Mega Aerodactyl. Very nice mega. It knows the moves Stone Lob, and it knows the one...
Mark, I can't lie. I feel like we need to do the moves right in case someone's TMing this. Like a casual's like,
where's Stone Lob?
yeah. They'll use like 35 TMs.
Right,
and
they
they'll
can't
be
find
like,
the right move.
Unavailable via Elite TM.
Exactly. So Mega Aerodactyl knows the stone moves Rock Throw and Rock Slide, which is a great mega Pokemon to go for. Other megas that you could go for, there's not really that many other ones, really, are there? Aerodactyl's probably the one you want to go for. I don't think you can have mega fucking.
What about Mega Venusaur against the Moltres?
Yeah, Mega Venusaur. That's the only mega, isn't it? I'm joking aside.
Mega Ampharos, potentially Mega Ampharos.
It's not my top 30. Okay, that's where I'm going wrong.
With Volt Switch and Power Gem. But yeah, do you want to talk about a few shadows, mate?
Not really. No. No, but I'm not. I'm on Go Hub, so it doesn't list them by shadow. What should I be on to do this?
We should have been on moreprepared.com.
Yeah.
But no,
what's the site? Because otherwise,
so I'm using Pokebattler.
let me use that one, mate. Because if that lists them like that, then
Great. And listen, Marky boy, while you get onto that, I will let you know. Obviously, because it's double weak to rock. Obviously, one of the top. Actually, no, it's not one of. It is the top stone attacker. Is going to be Rampardos. It's got the best time to win. With Smackdown and Rock Slide, and obviously the famous Rhyperior, right? Rhyhorn has had a community day a long time ago. We can now get Elite TMs, etc., etc. So yeah, Rhyperior with Smackdown and the exclusive move Rock Wrecker. So those two, if you do have them, maybe 2 or 3 of each, definitely use Rampardos and Rhyperior in your parties for sure. And they don't have to be Shadow. Well, actually, they can't be Shadow, but yeah, no Shadow, no Megas, just those two alone.
Definitely. And if you've got any Terrakions kicking around, that's not a bad option as well. With Smackdown and Rock Slide. Shadow Pokemon, Shadow Is it Omastar? Shadow Omastar with Rock Throw and Rock Slide would be a good choice. You can go Shadow Aerodactyl with Rock Throw and Rock Slide, and Shadow T-Tar, which, like Coops said, is like the main one you would go for. Smackdown and Stone Edge. You could do Shadow Sudowoodo if you really wanted to, with its double rock move, or Swampert with its double water move, water gun and hydro cannon. But yeah, there's quite a lot to go from. Certainly when you look at water and electric types.
And of course, to just wrap this one up, if you are like me and you class yourself as a dirty, filthy casual, of course, you can use just normal old school budget Pokemon like Golem with Rock Throw and Stone Edge. You know, you don't have to max or power up a Shadow Tyranitar. And of course, normal Tyranitar. It's literally the GOAT. Tyranitar is the GOAT. And when the Mega T-Tar comes, it's going to be crazy. So yeah, that does wrap up Moltres. Good luck.
Solrock. You go for Solrock as well.
You could go for
Throw and
Solrock.
Rock Slide. But you are missing one, actually, and I think we need to talk about it, Coops.
Oh, yeah.
It's the first time an Ultra Beast is actually listed up there as one that you could use Nihilego if you wanted to. But it's a poison type Pokemon. It does no Rock Slide, and that's actually ranked 20th on best counters for Shadow Moltres as well, or for Moltres, just to say. So get your teams out there, have Sudowoodoos and Solrocks and
Golems.
Golems.
Say something else then. Get your teams out.
That's like Run DMC, Coops. You like that? We've just done that now. We've got to see what the brothers are going to be like now, don't we? The Cat
That
brothers.
was stellar, Counter Cousins. Glorious stuff. I'm sure that's helped a lot of people who were struggling to think what to do versus Moltres. So, you'll hear from the Counter Brothers soon, but we're going to sort of split them up because last week we sort of made a passing joke about the 6-year anniversary event and didn't talk about it. I think we should now that it's officially wrapped up.
Eggy fart.
On that note, Ian, do you want to... do you want to go first with your thoughts on the 6-year anniversary event?
Yeah, on reflection, I think there's a reason we didn't talk about the 6th anniversary event. It was pretty shit, wasn't it? Let's face it.
It's putting it mildly.
I mean, highlights, yeah, of course, you've got the shiny Charizard, which was in the wild, potentially, with the party hat. And the Cake Hat Pikachu. We all love a Cake Hat Pikachu, but...
Oh, God, yeah, that was a thing. God, yeah.
On reflection, it was a pretty poor event. I mean, they've had better anniversary events, and I dread to think what they're going to pull out of the hat for next year, but I really didn't play a lot of it, and I'm pretty glad I didn't, because it was fairly uninspiring. And that sounds negative, but let's face it, Niantic have had some really good events lately, but an anniversary event, what you would expect to be like pulling out all the stops, this one wasn't even close.
For 6 days as well.
Yeah.
You're like, it's a 6-day short event. Come on. But Coops, did you think?
Nothing.
No thoughts whatsoever.
No, I apologise. I don't think I turned on the game for the whole event. Not to be negative as well. Like Ian said, I have no thoughts. I think my only thought would be when we think about an anniversary, we think about celebrating the starters, Pikachu, because we do. It's an anniversary. The game started on the anniversary. That's the whole point of a bloody anniversary. It's like a birthday, right? So I think Niantic still, after 6 years, they're still clinging on to the starters, celebrating Charmander and Venusaur.
Oh, it was literally every starter
in
the game that's currently available.
And this is my thing. I think it worked. I think it worked for the first year anniversary. Second year, you're a bit like, okay, again. Third year, I would say maybe potentially that's the last year they could get away with it, but 6 years in, the 6-year anniversary, and we're still seeing Squirtle and Totodile as a spawn, and you expect us to give a shit? Like, seriously. Like, that's not me being negative, but I just think they need to step away from that now. They need to change it up a bit. I don't know what you do, but I think all of this cliche anniversary, Charizard, because he's the main Pokemon, Pikachu, I think they need to come away from that now with anniversary events, because let's face it, it's dull. And yeah, not to be negative, but it's dull.
It's honest.
Yeah, I mean, is it? I'm not being negative though, am I? Like, it's
no,
just,
you're not really. No,
I get it that Pikachu. I understand it's the main Pokemon. I get it, and I get it. But it's like, come on. This isn't the series. This isn't a store. This is a virtual mobile game, and you've got to keep people's interest up. And
that's why they keep putting hats on Pokemon, and then say it's a new release, new in game
with a different coloured party hat or whatever.
Yeah. I liked the thing about it was I was finally able to do something with my shiny Charmander I hatched like 3 years ago, I think it was.
Finally let you evolve it.
Yeah, it was 98% shiny, and like I remember hatching it well before the pandemic, and I remember hatching it, and I was like, well, that's nice. I can't do anything with it. But it's a Charmander with a party hat, and like I forgot I had that one, and obviously I evolved it and made quite a big thing about it as part of the event. And it was nice to do that. Suddenly it was like a Charizard, amazing looking one with the hat on. And I get that. That's nice. But I agree with what Coops has said, and I agree with what you boys have said. It was underwhelming. It was a fucking shit event. I know people like collecting things with hats, and you're absolutely right. There will be people that like it, and that's why it will carry on probably happening, because, again, we can't all enjoy these events. Some people get something out of them, and the majority of people will get something different out of them.
And I think that might be the problem, Mark, because Niantic are running out of Pokemon, so what can we do that's new? I know, we'll slap a fucking hat on that one. New content.
Yeah. I just think I like the fact that they allowed you to evolve costumes. I think that in itself is quite nice, certainly for those collectors out there. But I'm dreading what they're going to do for 7 years already. That seems like... Do you know what I mean? It's a bit like, is it all going to be about Squirtle next time? Oh, you know what? Dex entry number 7 is Squirtle loves the party.
It is, Dex entry number 7, Squirtle in a party hat.
Do you know what? Like, I hate, like, and the thing that I hate is that, like, I feel like the anniversary event, like, not being cliche again, but it should probably be one of the best events of the year because it's their anniversary and it's like a huge celebration. But it's just like there's so much that they can do. Like when I think about Pokemon, the series, everybody growing up, the nostalgic, like let's just take Gyarados for example, right? It's a very, very, very important Pokemon in the franchise. It really is. Not going off from the Magikarp banner, but it's like, they could even do little things, and I've been saying this since we started the podcast and forever before. Gyarados isn't really meta, and it's never really been meta. Why not for this event give it a special move? You're allowed to TM Gyarados to get, not Hydro Cannon, I don't know, just make it, do something. I don't know what you can do, but...
They could put a party hat on it.
No. No, but do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, do something. They've got rockets. They've got shadow Pokemon. They've got moves. They can add in loads of different stuff, and it's still Squirtle and Charmander in the wild. It's boring. It's so dull. It's just
so Kanto, isn't it?
So Kanto, which is
that song, where I was
so
Kanto.
So Kanto. It's where I was sort of thinking, like when we read the announcement a couple of weeks ago, going, really? Is this what they're pulling out for a 6-year anniversary event? Because if we scroll it back to the 5-year anniversary event, we got Shiny Darumaka released. Yes. So we had a brand new shiny drop, and it's a meta. I know it's a raider, it's not a PvP necessarily.
Yeah, it's meta, bro. Yeah,
it's a meta raider. It's a good shiny. People wanted to chase it, and we still got a few costume Pikachu, etc. Of course, but the spawns were a bit more diverse. It was a good event last year.
It was a
really good event. This, despite having unbelievable fortune in terms of a raid invite from JT Valor and getting the shiny party hat Charizard from Greece on my first raid. Once you got that, you're like, well, okay. Like if you don't care about the party hat or the costumes and stuff, there wasn't really anything to do. It
certainly wasn't enough to sustain 6 days.
No, exactly. And it was sort of like, I'm not going to chase research tasks for previous Comdaemons or future Comdaemons. The spawns, it was just a bit annoying, really. So yeah, I'm with you, boys. It was lackluster.
Yeah, just do something. You know what I mean? Just there's so much. This game, talking about 6 years. It was 6 years. That's a long time the game has developed. But from Nick on last week when he first started, doing tutorial videos to now, the game has developed and there's so much in the game. It's like, come on, guys, something. Just do something. There's so much that you can do. Just fucking do it, because it was from what I'd seen on social media and the event and stuff, it looked tough. It looked tough to play. It was hard to play.
But we will see if Mark's prediction for the 7-year anniversary event, It's All About Fucking Squirtle, comes to fruition. If that happens. But time for the other half. It is time for the Counter Bros to talk to you about a Steely Dragon.
So yes, as Milo said, Dialga will be back soon, the Steely Dragon. Of course, we've got Moltres now. Dialga will be back very soon. Next week, in fact. And Dialga, being Dragon and Steel type, makes it week 2.
Fighting and ground are the only 2 weaknesses it's got. That's why it's good in Master League, because of its quite unique typing. So Thanks, Ian. I think it comes to raids on the 22nd of July, Friday at 10 a.m. your local time. So some of our favourite picks are actually in this. We do have a Mega or two that you can go for. You can go for Mega Lopunny, which would be good. You need the fighting type moves. I believe it's Low Kick. Is it Focus Blast? I can't remember. It's been so long since I've used Mega Lopunny.
I still haven't registered that in my Pokedex, actually.
Well, Friday, the 22nd of July will be the time, Marky Boy. But another Mega you can go for is the ground one, Steelix, Mega Steelix. Put Earthquake on it. Unfortunately, it doesn't learn a ground type fast move.
Also, important day, Friday the 22nd of July, is our Pokemon Go Fest Seattle game day.
Oh yeah, it actually is. It actually is, incidentally, and we're doing this section. Ian, what about some of the other counters?
Yeah, well, let's look at a couple of fighters, because fighters are where it's at with this. Well, Lucario is always a good counter with Counter and Aura Sphere, and you cannot forget Conkeldurr, which is, again, one of my favourite ones, again with Counter and Dynamic Punch.
Do love that Pokemon. Of course, you could go for Machamp, which, after the most recent event, was spawning everywhere. It's had a Spotlight Hour recently. You should have some Machamps, and also, if you can get a decent Shadow Machamp will be king versus Dialga.
It's a good job I've got a Hundo level 51 then.
So you'll do a few raids then.
No, I actually, well, I've still got that passes over from Mewtwo, so.
Yes, mate. We'll get you into Dialga raid or two. Machamp's the best budget counter in terms of fighters because it is a trade to evolve Pokemon. So's Timber, actually. Timber's a trade to evolve Pokemon.
Timber's a
Some
trade,
decent ones there.
Yeah.
Avoid the candy cost if you can. Get a lucky one. That'll be top tips from the Counter Brothers. But diving into the ground types.
There's quite a lot.
Personal favourite of mine, Excadrill.
Yep.
Drill run on that thing. High DPS raid attacker. It's also a steel type as well. Dual type of ground and steel. So that thing will eat Dialga for breakfast.
Yeah. And if we're talking legendaries, I mean, who doesn't love a Groudon? You know, Mudshot, Earthquake, nice moveset.
Quality moveset. And of course, if you played Gible Community Day way back, 2021, that thing with Earth Power is a monster. Be very, very good. Just watch out for the dragon moves. Dragon Breath and Draco Meteor if Dialga has those.
And talking about Community Day Mons, Rhyperior with Mud Slap and Earthquake. People probably stocked up on that, was it 3 years ago, 2019?
It was early 2020.
2020. There you go.
Yeah, February 2020 Com Day. I guess, honestly, Excadrill is kind of a budget one. That's only 50 candy to evolve. But if you're really struggling and you need a dual-purpose Pokemon, Golem with Earthquake, you could just TM the ones you were using versus Moltres before and chuck on the ground moves.
Yeah, and if we want to go right to the bottom of the list and really scrape the barrel...
Let's go to the lower back end of the raid counters.
So, we are really scraping the barrel here, but one of Mark's favourites, Mega Charizard X. And Y. Both of them are okay. Yep.
Don't mind
X never gets much love, does it? But X is okay, Y is okay. I mean, they're okay counters, but they're not top tier.
But I think that will sort you out. If you pick a couple of those for a team versus Dialga, you will be quids in.
Nice.
And that's it from the Counter Brothers.
You guys are definitely a lot longer than us, aren't you? You lot do a lot more than us.
In information.
It seems slower when you're not doing it, trust me.
It does, yeah.
But I think we can throw out a poll later down the road how you guys thought we all did. Who was better? Who did the counters better? The bros or the cousins? Let us know.
I thought he was going to go somewhere else then, Milo.
I did as well.
Shut up, Ian. Shut up, Ian.
The bros or the...
Or it ends in O's.
Yes, we're not going to go there. But on the note of, I guess, what we were just cutting out of the episode there, it is time for what is our favourite section on the show. It is, of course, #Shinies of the Week.
Shinies of the Week.
All right, gents, I'll jump in here. So I've actually got one from the gram. Ooh. I've got one from, his name's Pete, but his Instagram is Scunny Pokemon Go Player. And he did reach out and he said, okay, so the first isn't shiny, but the second one is. Sat at home Saturday listening to you guys and boom, shiny shadow, #Shinies of the Week. And he did get a shiny shadow, wait for it, 7th anniversary Squirtle!
Nice.
And he also did get a #Hundo of the Week, and he did get an unknown, which is pretty cool. Look, have a little look.
Oh, really? A Hundo unknown?
Yeah,
That's pretty pog.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So GG's, bro.
Yep. So I've got the next one. This one's from C. By. I didn't expect the Charizard, and probably the only person who would want a shiny Shadow Squirtle versus the Charmander. Hashtag Challenge of the Week. Hashtag Squirtle Squad at Incensed Podcast. And yep, as we mentioned, shiny Shadow Charmander.
Neat.
Which is now
Nice.
a shiny Shadow Charizard.
As expected.
But actually, looking at his recents, he also got the shiny Ralts, which he didn't shout out, but is on his recents. Still with the halo, the aura from the same day of the Charizard.
I'll jump in next. We've got this from Eric Braun. I believe it's Braun. If I pronounced it wrong, I apologise. At Incensed Podcast, hashtag Shinies of the Week. Like I said before, you guys bring the luck. Third major grind this summer, aside from events. Glad to have you guys with me. While listening to the good old Trainer Tips episode, managed to pick up a shiny Pidove, a shiny Litleo, and a shiny Baneri.
Crazy shiny.
As well as a Hundo Shadow Mischievous.
Wow.
Big congrats on that. I hope the Litleo's a male.
Nice.
So you can evolve it to a male Pyroar shiny. That'll be nice.
Nice. And this one's from a good friend, a good listener to the show. We've had a few from reviews from the tub before. At Incensed Podcast. I love the question about qualifications. Well, I'm proud to say that I'm a certified forklift driver.
Yay.
Hashtag
Nice.
pedestrians have the right of way. Hashtag shines of the week. Hashtag clarify the spelling, you twat. I love that hashtag. Well, reviews from the tub got a lovely shiny Pansear. Very nice.
Nice indeed.
Mark, I'm so sorry, bro. But as you was reading that, right, I don't know if you lot could see this, but on the camera there was like this huge schlong that was in the way, or was that
It's like
your
a windscreen
pole?
wiper.
Is that Mark's pole?
Well, I got my poll out, boys, and we're going to dig into the result of it in a minute. But the question I did ask was, so should our boys Ian and Milo wear a cowboy hat in Seattle for Pokemon Go Fest?
Oh, for
We had a
goodness sake.
yeehaw! We had a yeehaw!
Love
Mark,
that.
I love your things, bro. I really love them. I really do.
Oh dear! But we had some great comments on there. Sneaky Shadow said, replying to the poll, these were, "Do it, make my boy proud," with a picture of shiny cowboy hat Snorlax shining and looking very happy. Good friend of mine, Hervey, listening to the show, said, Massful 27, did you mention you could not take your poll on the plane to Berlin? It could not could fit through the plane door.
Let's put it in baggage.
It did go through security fine, although it had to go through the oversized scan. Spindiana says 100% yes and not much else. That's interesting, boys. It could just be a little hat on top of your head.
Yep.
Really, that could have gone either way as well, to be fair. Sue says, I'll show you mine if you show me yours. With little cowboy. Kim Hanft says, they'll be easy to find that way. No one wears cowboy hats here. Laughy face. Lucy Davis says, yes, definitely. I think both would look good with cowboy hats. Rosie Mayer says, please wear it. I'm looking forward to it. And Kiwi Steve says, and hand out Caterpie cards. Like that. So, after all that, should our boys Ian and Milo wear a cowboy hat? Well, 94% of people said, yeehaw! They should wear.
That's a lot.
Milo, you're going to have to buy one now. That's overwhelming.
It's all right, I'll set up a donation
Do you want me to get my
goal.
wallet now?
Maybe Cricket could buy it for me.
Throbbing, Milo. It's a throbbing poll, that is.
I'm sure
been well used, I
there'll be
guess.
a Western wear shop somewhere that we can buy you one.
You could get one for $5-10 easy.
More than likely.
Well, like a child.
More
I
than
just thought
likely.
he'd be wearing rocking a proper Stetson.
That was 87 people that voted in tonight's
87
poll.
And
people
90,
clinging
how many?
on.
94% said we have to. Just think of the thumbnail, Milo.
Visualise
87 people clinging to Mark's poll. Quality.
Now I'm thinking of your thumbnail on your video.
with your little
It
poll.
would just be all the other creators, won't it?
It just cut me out. Cut me out. Oh, well, thank you very much, Marky Boy, and everybody participating on his poll tonight. We love the contributions, love people jumping in and participating in the show. That is going to round out this episode. Episode 75 is done. Sorted, mate.
Completed it, mate.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, completed it.
Completed it, mate. Thank you very much, everybody, for listening. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, hit the follow button so you get notified when a fresh episode drops. And please do leave us a 5-star review because it does the podcast a world of help on whatever
Give
podcast
us
platform you're listening to. Give us
5-star review.
Coops,
Ooh.
just to let you know,
Go
on Spotify,
on.
we have 165 reviews,
Ooh.
and we're back at 5 stars.
No,
Yeah.
Are we actually?
GG's.
Yes.
See, bro, I'm telling you, someone was trolling us, bro. Someone kept changing their vote. Oh, mate, guys, that. Oh
5
my
stars,
God,
great.
that-
Thank you,
Yeah,
thank you,
yeah,
everybody.
yeah.
That's
Oh.
We love to see that. So thank you very much, everybody who has left a 5-star review. Much appreciation from the 4 of us. If you'd like to add to that, we would be eternally grateful. On the note of gratification, thank you very much to everybody on our Patreon who helps support the podcast. Bronze and silver tier members, thank you very much. And a special shout out to the gold tier Patreons, some of whom are on the call tonight, who have seen all of the bits that you never ever get to listen to in the show because we
there's a
polish
lot.
the fuck out of it. We
There's a
polish
lot
this
of-
show so you actually have some quality listening to
There's
listen
a lot
to.
more bullying of me, and they actually crop it out. That's what they do.
Yeah.
That's going to be cropped out, Chris.
Bastards. yeah. Oh, amazing.
But we have to shout them out. We've got to shout them out. So thank you very much to HermesNinja, TishSmith, JB, CliffordMert, AgentMLI, Martin2292, DerbyRuss, Kerry and Zachary Young, Connor Lee, and Dom the Ragnarok.
Approved.
You guys helped make the production of this podcast possible, so thank you very much from the bottom of our polls.
And the top.
Started off so sincere.
We've got to keep it same old instance, but I guess the final question, did anybody get anything shiny or hundo during the show?
No.
I can say no, I wasn't concentrating.
I can say no.
I can say no.
Oh,
Mark
there you go.
got a 3-2 win in GBL, so that's the win we're going to have to take.
Next stop, Ace.
Yes, next up, Ace. On that potential bombshell, it is time to end. We will see you all next week in Seattle from the top of the Space Needle. Take care, everyone.